the new style of dating is emerging with AI, okay? So here's some stuff that's already out right now that you guys can use and you guys can implement, okay? And don't worry, I have all the links, all the codes. I'm going to send it to you in the Retreat Slack channel so you don't have to figure it out or think or just literally copy and paste it in, okay? Who here enjoys the classes with the drill girls? Find it useful, you find it good? And so that's awesome, right? You get actual feedback from a real woman and you get to practice out your skills. But what if you could do it 24/7? What if you had a bad night and you go, I really wish I could have a redo and just recreate what just happened because it failed, it didn't work. What if you could do that immediately at any time, anywhere, whether you're laying in bed, taking a on a plane, you can get all your reps in practice with a chatbot that will enable you to rehearse conversation scenarios. It could be a cold approach. It could be maybe you're pretending to message her on Instagram for the first time. It could be online dating app. Would that be useful to you guys? Okay, well, you're welcome. I'm gonna send you a link right now. Where you can do it at any point. You can program the difficulty. You can program the type of girl. You can program whatever traits, personality quirks you want, and then get actual feedback from the chatbot. Now, will I say, does it replace an actual human girl doing drills with? No, but even if it's 70% as effective and you can do whatever you want, that's a big win, okay? The app is called Blush. I'm posting it for you guys right now. And then you can say, you know what, redo entirely. Here's what I said to her. She said that. What are different ways I can go about it? You can get an endless loop of feedback over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now, Daquan just talked to you about setting up an online dating funnel, correct? All right. Who here feels they have the absolute best photos for their profile? Okay, good. You're all smart. So that's why we have Core right now, working his ass off. But how do you know what are the best photos? Yeah, but if I teach you to do this strategy and you go out and take the photos, how do you know if they're actually the best photos? So Photo Feeler was the old way of going about it, okay? That is a slow process where you're waiting more and more. And by the way, you can still do it. They have some AI on Photo Feeler, okay? However, what if there was an app that would scour all the photos you have, it would look over your Instagram, it would look over your online dating profiles, and it would accurately tell you which photos are best designed for attraction building. Because Photo Feeler, yes, and by the way, I think Photo Feeler still is the most accurate strategy, or boosting your profile, giving it a 24 hours, 48 hours, and then seeing what happens there. But if you just want to go through all your photos, or maybe you just got a big photo shoot and you want to dump it out and go, which ones are good? Well, we have an AI for that. It's called AI Trends. Core AI. AI Trends. So you can put all your photos in this, and it is specifically designed to look for which photos are the most attractive for your profiles. Now, does that mean here's one thing before I get too crazy to AI. Artificial intelligence can't replace your intelligence. This is one of the biggest flaws or issues people have. So they'll go to ChatGPT and they'll be like, give me a response to this text message. But you could do that, but it's going to be very lukewarm at best. If you know how to prompt and you understand the intelligence of these are what good messages are, these are what makes good pictures, this is what I'm looking for, that way you can use it as a tool. It can't replace at least not yet, it can't replace your intelligence, but it's an incredible tool if you know what you're going for. So if you're going by Daquan, and what I'm saying for I need a status photo, I need an off photo, I need this, or this, now it can start scouring and telling you which ones are the best and pick the best photos for you. Now, what is the only rule in all of gaming? There's only one real rule. Well, that's the answer to everything. Abundance, yes. But what is the only real rule that me, Albert, Cosmo, any of the coaches be like, you have to what to any situation? You have to calibrate. All right? Everything else is a guideline. Calibration is the only hardcore rule. It's not enough to get attention. You want the right attention. You want to be able to move things forward, and you want to read signals, okay? But what if you feel, man, I don't have a lot of experience. It's hard for me to calibrate. It's hard for me to recognize patterns. It's hard for me to realize what's working and not working because I'm getting a little bit lost, okay? Well, meet the Honestly AI. The Honestly AI. You can make an entry after each significant social interaction. It could be a date, It could be cold approach. It could be a deep conversation you had. And what it'll capture is what happened, how you felt, what you noticed in her, or maybe her nonverbal cues, what you wish you'd done differently. And at the end of each week, of you updating every time you have a night out, a date, anything meaningful, text messaging back and forth and online. At the end of each week, this AI will summarize to look for emotional trends and behavioral patterns. For example, maybe it realizes you were more relaxed when you asked open questions rather than talking about yourself. Or maybe it'll say something like, I felt tense when the venue was loud. Based on these insights each week, you'll have one small change you can implement and test out. Meaning, if you journal every interaction, everything you're doing, it will track it, it will make sense of it, and it will realize, hey, you're best suited in these environments, you're best when you're doing X, Y, and Z. It will find the patterns for you so that you don't have to try to make sense of it all on your own. Does that make sense? So when you're writing, for example, you know what a great thing would be? After action reports. I beg you guys, I've been begging you guys forever, every time you go out, write these after action reports so you can identify patterns. Now it's even easier. You don't even have to identify the patterns. Type out your after action reports, upload them to this AI, and it will tell you exactly what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you're missing, where your blind spots are, and what needs to still be developed and work on. It will literally teach you to calibrate, which, as the coaches will admit, is one of the hardest things to really instill on you because ultimately you just need more experience. This will speed up that process. This app right here is literally a cheat code of speeding up the process. Now, will it do the approaches for you? Will it do the conversation? No, of course not. But if you're like, man, I wish I remember what I was doing wrong, and the more you use it, the more and more powerful it becomes because it keeps in storing all that data. It works in Spanish. The cool thing about AI is it knows all languages. It'll work in Mandarin, it'll work in Portuguese, it'll work in Zimbabwe. Now, these three are not the surprise gems. This is the basic use of AI that I was able to find for you guys. This is the absolute, I'm starting with the worst, and I'm gonna get more and more in depth on the best tools that you guys can be using. All right, so you guys want the good now? Yeah. Right? You want the good? Yeah. All right. Now, this is the stuff that's coming up in 2020. If not already, there's some beta versions of this that's about to come up, but all of the things, the next three I'm gonna introduce you to are all gonna be available in 2026, okay? So, number one, AI wingman glasses. So you've all seen the Meta glasses, right? So here's the idea, smart glasses or potentially earbuds that provide real-time micro-coaching during social interactions. So you're literally wearing sunglasses or maybe an earpiece, and it will tell you, hey man, you've made eye contact twice, you gotta shift topic right now. Or, you know, she's mirroring your gesture, this is a good sign. It will detect her cues, her body language. It's coming in 2026. It's called Social Mind LLM-based AR Social Assistive System. A really neat new name. We will be making what's called Jared AI, which will be a collection of, we should call it Mod Success AI, a collection of my teachings, Cosmos, Albert's, everybody's, whatever. And then, yes, with the updates, you can have our teachings embedded into these AI glasses that are telling you what you're doing right and wrong. But this is coming. You will have real-time feedback, any date, any approach, whenever you're out doing your shit. Yeah. It's like, you're the opposite of Clark Kent. Now, this one is still in development, but technically it is out and you can use it as an early adopter. This next one. It's called, I'm calling it the Date Architect. However, the real name is Shima AI, which I think is stupid, but whatever. So, what this does, Shima AI, is your personal romance concierge designed to plan, book, and tailor luxury date experiences by planning the date, tell you exactly what date to do based on your location, area, interests. It will be using emotional intelligence for recommendations based on what you put into it about what the girl likes. You can literally screenshot her profile, her Instagram, her whatever, and it will use emotional intelligence to understand what kind of date it thinks she would like. And here's the best part, it'll even automate the bookings and coordination for you. You literally do nothing but say, these are the things I'm interested in, here's pictures, or here's whatever I think she's interested in. Now plan my date, I don't have to worry about it. It will customize everything for you.